race fans, welcome to another episode of Short Track Guys Podcast, brought to you in part by Story Bleich Roofing. We've got you covered. Metal, slate, tile, asphalt, shingle. Don't get caught with a company that disappears when you have a question or concern. We're locals you can trust. A Story Bleich Roofing right here in Pensacola, Florida. I am your host, Thomas Faddis, alongside two of the same short track guys in the studio as always. Jim Pokrant, driver of the 07 Sportsman right here at Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. And Ted Baber, the Ted Baber Video Productions. What's up, guys?
Good evening.
What's up? We got some new Smyrna to talk about first.
We do, and it is a World Series, but it's not baseball.
No.
9 nights of asphalt racing at New Smyrna. But first, we had a potential sportsman to take his talents down to New Smyrna. And Jim, tell us what happened.
Rain, and more rain. Yeah, at least they called it off Wednesday, and I didn't get prepared to drive all the way down there, and then they call it off on the way. So they did a good job. They saw the flood that was coming, and they knew it was going to be bad, and they called it right because it was green from one end of Florida to the other on Saturday. And it worked out well. I had some problems with my former crew chief and spotter had some health issues, and thank God I wasn't down there. I had to help him, so it kind of worked out better. But this Saturday, we're going to go to Montgomery and practice. I want to shake the car down. Next Saturday's Mobile, their season opener.
Yeah.
And then Sunday's Five Flags first practice. And then 2 weeks after that is the Five Flags season opener, which is going to be very interesting because it's going to be local cars on Friday night, ARCA cars on Saturday night. Sunday's going to be the super late. So,
wow.
Triple header with a good show.
Right.
So you're just going to Montgomery to practice?
Yes. My good friend Jeremy Peebles is practicing his late model Sportsman. I told him I'd go with him, and I figured, well, it'd be a good time to shake the car down and make sure that the motor's going to run right. I don't know how it's going to handle in Montgomery with the same setup, but I might learn something, and I'd like to race Montgomery this year, so, we'll be ready to go, and we'll get some practice laps in.
You calculated how long it had been since you'd been here, and that's been a minute or two.
Almost 25 years. Yep. I was there in 2001 when it was 99 or 2000. I can't remember exactly which year. It was whenever I had that car, that Chevelle that I've got in my front yard. Whenever I finished it, we backed it out of the driveway, flipped a coin, heads Montgomery, tails Mobile, and that'd be in Montgomery. Me and Scott Johnson drove up there. Dave Redden came up with us. We didn't have radios or nothing. I wound up finishing third, making $250. It cost less than me $100 to go up there.
They made money once.
Yeah, and the funny thing was I had an illegal carburetor and didn't know it. I'd bought it off a buddy of mine. He said, that carburetor's legal. My Uncle Dennis is the tech man at the dirt track. Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounded like every time it idled, it was going to suck the air cleaner in it. It was huge. That guy stuck that tool down there, and he like clank, 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 clank. I'm like,
what is this?
What the? Luckily, the tech man, I was 100 pounds heavy, and I finished third a lap down. I mean, it wasn't like we were setting the world on fire. And he said, I appreciate you coming up here, but don't you ever bring that carburetor. I said, nope. When I get home, I'm taking it apart. On the way home, I called my buddy. I was like, thanks, man. But I got me tossed. What? That carburetor's illegal? He's like, no. I'm like, yeah. And I showed him. He's like, oh, dang, well, when your uncle's the tech man, I guess he'll let you get away with stuff like that, I guess. Maybe it's just a smidge. But anyway, we're going to have some fun this year. I'm going to enjoy this year. I'm not going to get uptight, wound up. I'm going to have fun, and where we finish is where we finish, and we're going to have a good time.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Trying to do things different.
Right. Well, the World Series of Asphalt down in New Smyrna, 9 nights. We're not going to go through each one of the nights. We're going to get right to the Tuesday night. Big deal with the ASA Stars National Tour, the Clyde Hart Memorial 200. With the likes of Ty Majeski, Connor Jones, Derek Kraus, Cole Butcher, Chase Elliott, Austin Nason, Giovanni Ruggiero. Oh, boy.
Yeah,
but there's a cat out of Sonoya, Georgia, and the 26 Super Late model started 11th, and his name is
We've heard it.
2, 3, Bubba Pollard. Takes the win over them boys, and man, I'm telling you what a show that was.
Coming from 11th, he didn't qualify all that good.
Nope.
He said that in practice, he had to get out of his comfort zone with the car. Right. They did some weird stuff with the setup. He could run the bottom of 1 and 2, and nobody has run the bottom of 1 and 2 like he did. He passed everybody on the bottom, got to Ty Majeski, and Majeski tried to throw a block, and the closing rate was so great, Bubba got into him. And Ty was like, dude, I had nothing for him. He was just going to smoke around me. I just thought I'd move down there and see if I could do it. And Bubba wiggled him. But
no.
yeah, Bubba's on man with a mission. After the Derby, he's still got a chip. He said it in his interview. He has a chip on his shoulder this year, and he's going to win them all. And this was the Stars Late Model Tour season opener.
Yeah, that's 2 for 2 for Bubba.
Yep, he won the other one was just the Southern Super Series race, so he's leading the Southern Super Series points and the Stars Tour points as of right now. And he got screwed a couple times last year.
Yep.
I think this year he's going to do the screwing.
Yeah, he's going to be the driver, not the threaded material there.
Yeah. He's going to be the windshield, not the bug this time. So, hang on to your hats, folks. He's a man in a mission, and he's angry. So, but I mean, the cars he passed to get there, there wasn't a slacker in that field.
Jet Nolan, Casey Roderick, Brent Cruz, who wound up winning the championship overall. I believe
He's the overall super late model World Series of Asphalt champion. So, congratulations to him and Donnie Wilson Racing to get that one.
Giovanni Ruggiero, Chase Elliott, Austin Nason, Kyle Steckley, and Cole Butcher. Jake Finch rounds out the top 10, and that's a crowd to try to get around. We had to get around all of those.
Well, Cole Butcher was one of the fastest cars in practice the entire weekend. So, I mean, the entire race night. So, he was there. But Bubba just figured something out how to run the bottom. And they said that compared it to Pensacola, he said sometimes you run an odd line in Pensacola. He goes, yeah, it's kind of, we changed some stuff similar to Pensacola. And he said it made a difference. And he said, man, I couldn't believe when I went down there and it just stuck.
I said something, speaking of sticking, he said something about the different compounded tire or something.
They run a different tire now. It's a totally different tire than they're used to running on. It's a whole new Hoosier deal. And it's going to be in the Southern Super Series and the Stars Tour. So
if he's got it figured out, I hate it for everybody else in that series.
Yeah, they'll catch up to him eventually. But, I mean, he's just, the dude's got a sensational feel. And like I said, folks, I know y'all realize that we're prejudiced towards Bubba Pollard. He's our boy. We're all Bubba Pollard fans here. But, I mean, the field that he's had to run against, the guys he races against, Nassie and all of them, that's a stellar field of super late models. And plus, you had, Sawalich and all those guys
Matt
that were
Craig,
there.
Timothy Watson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go from 20th on down.
Yeah, right.
They're
Derek
just
Krause.
one after another. And most of them were here, and most of them will be here. And there'll be names that we continue to throw around. There's some new ones, Trayton Lapsovich. He was here for the Derby week. Ty Fredrickson, a 15, I think he's a 15-year-old.
He is, yeah.
From a big Midwestern driver up there.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Nassie, Jeff Chiquette, Dawson Sutton, Brad May was a big hot shoe down there. Billy Van Meter and Derek Griffiths, I don't think they're really good friends right now. So they had a little run in there. I think it tore up Derek's car. I actually got in another car, I think, and ran a race, but I think it really tore his car up enough to ruin his week. But 32 cars, man, you just you throw a blanket over all of them.
The best of the best. That's it. I mean, you're even there, and then you got that's the Stars Tour race for the Stars Championship. Those are the guys that are going to be battling for it. So look out. That's going to be a series to watch for sure.
All right. And Michael Hind was down there. Now, we went down there and watched him win a race when we was down there before. Earlier,
he won a pro race.
Yeah,
that night we were there when the first World Series night. Or no, it was the Red Eye 50-50, which they didn't run our class. That's why I was going to go down and run this next race. But no, it's got to rain. Yeah. Like I said, it worked out good. Right. I mean, but I've got to talk about our boy Christian Rose, who actually ran some pro late model races and ran pretty good. Had some bad luck. Right. And, there was got to really, really, really give a big shout out to our girl, Cody Brusso. She got it done. Got spun out by Derek Griffith, sent her to the rear, and she drove from the back all the way to front and put a spanky on them boys.
Good to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She when we were down there, if you remember, she ran up front last year and had some bad luck.
Right.
And she won the modified championship at OP this past year and won a bunch of big races up there, even in their sportsman class. So congratulations, Cody. And she drove a pro race, but I think she got involved in an accident and didn't get to run another race in the pro car. But she's going to be driving some pro late model races at Five Flags and other tracks this year. So congratulations to her, and let's see her get after it.
Yeah. You put good talent and good equipment together, good things happen.
That's right.
And she's pretty damn sporty.
Yeah.
And she is not scared to say what she thinks either.
Nope.
No, she had some choice words when she got out of the car, but that's Cody. And if you ever follow her on social media, she'll have you on the floor laughing.
Yeah, for sure. Another congratulations, too, with Stephen Davis.
Right.
When the truck series down there, I think he finished second one night there from Theodore. He's pretty much a hot shoe in this area, but made his trek down to New Smyrna, and good truck win for him.
Yep, he's one of the best in the trucks. Dude can wheel a late model. I pit crewed for him back when he won the Viper Championship, and he won the pro race, the pro championship Pensacola Mobile in the same year. Almost won the Viper Championship in op, all in one season in one car.
Impressive.
The dude is a heck of a wheel man. Congratulations to you, Steven, and you keep digging, brother.
Yeah, it was a good truck event for him, finishing second. I didn't mean to say won. I would like to have said he won, but he finished second. But that was a good showing for him.
Yeah.
Yep, especially going down there because there's some high dollar trucks that run in New Smyrna.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's some high dollar everything runs down there in New Smyrna.
yeah. Oh yeah, but I tell you what. Talk real quick about the 602 modifieds. I don't know who won, but there was so many wrecks. The first 3 602 races, they wadded up. I mean, they would wad up 6 or 7 cars. And I mean, it was terrible because a friend of mine had it on thing and he kept posting pictures. I'm like, can these guys make a lap?
They do like they did over Mobile, and they kept wrecking. They had a 15 lap race. It already run 45 minutes. And the race director said, okay, y'all can't get it done double wide. We'll single file you and see if you can make a lap.
Yeah, it was the 602s destroyed. They destroyed a bunch of 602 modifieds.
Great. Didn't they end up running on time and not finish with laps because of that?
I believe they did. Yeah, and one night they did. Yeah, they do a time. They time the local classes, which the 602 modified is actually a local class.
Yeah, I remember hearing over the headset, 1 minute to go. What? What do you mean?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing some comments about, boy, are these guys ever going to get done?
I can tell you about that.
Yeah.
Well, we can move on. There was other big races. The Pro Late models had their Orange Blossom 100 that was actually rearranged and rescheduled because of some weather that was coming in for the weekend, which we all know that affected the 500 at Daytona weekend. But George Phillips comes away with a win there with that Orange Blossom 100, and he did some good things that week.
Yeah. Good racing in that class. But that race was supposed to be on Saturday, and there was actually some drivers actually coming down to run that didn't get to because they canceled it and they moved it up a day. And, when you ain't got your hotel room set up and everything like that, you don't get to race. But the pro cars put on some pretty good races. They had a lot of wrecks, too. There was a couple of track blockers in the pro races where they had to red flag the race and start over. So, I mean, I don't know, man. So I guess, you get some drivers that get overzealous. First race of the year, they're going to tear stuff up. So.
Right. Well, you hate to see that because then they got to go back to the shop and try to put it back together for the next race, whenever that one comes up.
Yeah, Christian Rose was involved the first night, and they fixed it, and he ran the last 2, and I think he got in one more wreck, and that was the end of his weekend in driving a Pro Late model.
We don't know a whole lot about George Phillips. He's a youngster, too, that's just come on the scene and ended up winning that Pro Late Model Championship down there at New Smyrna. And, boy, I would imagine after that we're going to hear a lot about George Phillips.
They've been race of survival. Who knows?
Yeah, they had a big wreck. So, they wadded a bunch of them up getting in turn 1. It's like, guys, can we make a lap first?
Really? Let's calm down. Let's get a few miles under us, and then we'll take care of business.
But, when you get overzealous kids, and a lot of it's these youngins that ain't paying for nothing. They don't care. They'll tear the doors off of it. And, oh, well, Grandma and Grandpa will write a check. Daddy will write a check. I'll get another car.
Well, that doesn't work for everybody, unfortunately. So a lot of people, you can very easily end the season like that with that attitude. But.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. But, I mean, when you got plenty of money, it doesn't matter. You just keep writing checks.
Yeah.
I can run down the top 10 there with the Orange Blossom 100 with George Phillips taking the win. Jimmy Renfrew, Hunter Wright, Dawson Sutton, Hudson Boulder, Nicholas Noggle, Katie Hettinger, which is kind of a surprise. I thought she'd finish up there, maybe not even win, but maybe top 3. She had a good week, regardless. Isabella Robusto coming home 8th, RJ Braun and Ruben Coceres, they're in the top 10. But 15 cars in a pro. 100 lap race, man. It is. It's the Orange Blossom.
Yeah, well, it's like any other race. You're going to try to get it done, but have a little patience and try to get a little time in before you just tear everything up.
Yeah, that's right. And, the fans had to wait a little bit, too, because there were 2 big races that night. Not only the Orange Blossom and the Pro Late Models, but we had the Richie Evans Memorial. And there's some guy named Matt Hirschman. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. He's from Northampton, Pennsylvania.
I don't know. He's been around. I know we've talked a little bit about him. One or two
he
things.
won about every tour type modified race last year, and it wasn't a 55-gallon drum, but whoop, you know what? He had a damn semi truck full of that stuff. And he was just with a 20,000-gallon per minute pump and just sprayed everybody.
Yeah, I think I'm going on a limb now, but I think that's 3 in a row for him. But
more than likely,
Northampton, Pennsylvania, Matt Hirschman, man, he comes down in that 60 car and took care of it with Eric Goodell, Jimmy Blewett, Ryan Priest, Anthony Cihello, Austin Beers, Tommy Catalano, Tyler Remke, Craig Lutz, and Ronnie Williams. They're from Lebanon, Connecticut. A lot of guys from up north, I guess, for those ground pounders. Now, we do have the Florida tour type modifieds.
The Floridas are the 602.
Yeah, they say ground pounders. I guess they're designed the same with the big, not as big a tire.
Yeah, it's the 602 Florida modifieds are. Well, there's Florida modifieds and there's the 602 tour type cars. The 602s are the same cars on a smaller tire on a 602 crate. The Florida modifieds are the same ones we run in Pensacola. Same thing as the I can't think of the name of the modified tour we have. Modifieds of Mayhem. Yeah. They're the same cars because Kyle Stickler won one of the races down there for their Florida modifieds. Of course, you know what's going to happen when he shows up.
Yeah, pretty much. He's a Matt Hirschman of that class.
Yeah, he didn't run opening night because buddy of mine was live there and he wasn't there. He said, but he'll be here next week, a couple of days, and he said, and come at him. But Matt Hirschman's just a bad boy anywhere in a modified. I mean, you can't touch him. And he, that was a cool race. That's a tribute to the 12-time modified champion, Richie Evans. And I was just telling these guys, we were off the air a little while ago, and I said he won his 12th modified championship after he passed away at Martinsville. He had such a point lead, and he got killed. He had enough points to still win the championship. So his 12th modified, his son and his wife took the trophy from him.
Wow.
NASCAR for that. The dude was known as the Rapid Roman. He was, back when men were men, that was, yeah. So congratulations to Matt Hirschman. Good job, dude. And then just, you just keep up doing it because until somebody figures out what you're doing or tries to make it better, you're the man.
Well, I got a feeling he probably will.
Yeah. Yeah, probably so.
When they say World Series of Asphalt stock car racing, and it is 9 nights at New Smyrna, different classes every night, big races in between. I mean, your 35-lap feature is actually a little bit longer than what you'd normally see on a Friday or Saturday night at your local track. So it's a great deal. Grab your tickets and get ready for 2025. It's not going to be any different. Probably a little bit more exciting, but the same names, maybe possibly the same winners. Maybe Jim get some luck on his side and go down and represent the 850.
Get some weather.
Get some weather repellent or something. Yeah. But I just want to say thank you to Mr. Pat, Arnie Townley, Robert Rivenbark, to Tim,
Hendricks.
Trooper Tim Hendricks. He helped me out. Frank Utze, my buddy Michael Davidson at Emerald Coast Remodeling and Repair. He gave me $200. And just thank you guys for all your help to get me down there. I'm sorry we didn't get to go, but we're going to go practice Montgomery and we're going to go run Mobile and we'll give them heck down there. Thank you to all my sponsors and everybody that helps out because without them, I wouldn't get to do what I love to do.
There you go. You're very important folk.
Yep. Well, what about, with some news we heard before we got on the air, and that was Grant Thompson.
Yes.
Yeah, Grant Thompson.
He's made the final dozen of the Alan Kowicki Driver Development Program.
That's very large.
Awesome.
With names like Troy DeCare, who we've talked about,
right,
and a bunch of other names, and he's in with them, and then it goes down to 7, and the final 7 go down to 1. So we can just keep digging for our boy. I want to get him on here one night and let him talk about it because he's got a list of accomplishments a mile long for just a kid that he is. He just barely started driving cars on the street. Yep. And he won the track championship in the trucks at Five Flags last year. Right. He's won late model races. He's finished. I mean, the kid's awesome. So congratulations to him and his family. And we'll be pulling for you, Grant. Keep digging, man. Just keep your head up and keep going.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in that Tundra series too, and he got a lot of experience being as young as he is. But being a part of that program with a lot of those other drivers that we have mentioned and we're going to continue to mention and throw around, that's a pretty big deal. And hopefully he can get down there to that finals and battle it out. I think it's with votes, and then accolades go along with it. But hopefully he can make it happen.
Well, they teach you skills with sponsors, how to talk to sponsors, how to deal with your fans. And the final prize, I think, is like $56,000. And I'm sure there's a contract somewhere in that to drive a late model or something as soon as if you win that. So, just keep your head down and keep digging because you never know what might happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is not a money thing. You have to get your own money. They help you talk to sponsors. That's part of the deal is to get your own money to sponsor your race car.
Yeah, I think Max Cookson was the recipient of that award last year, and I think the check was about $54,000 when it was all said and done.
Yep, that's pretty big, man, and it can help you move on to the next division. We know the kid's got the talent.
Oh yeah,
just got to get the money.
We've seen it here quite regularly, and over in Mobile.
Oh yeah, he won a pro late model race into last year. That's the one we were. Me and Thomas were nice and warm, and Ted was freezing his butt off.
Yeah,
I kept texting him from Thomas's nice warm car, and hey man, how's the weather up there? Yeah. I won't tell you what he said back to me.
No, yeah, not safe for work or
no,
podcast.
It's not. It's not very family friendly, but
nope,
we're buddies, so we can talk to each other like that. So.
Yeah, it's not PG for sure.
No, not at all. But got a lot coming up, man. We got some great races this year, and like I said, our boy Bubba's got a chip on his shoulder, which is just going to make it even better.
Sprint cars in over in Milton.
Milton and the late and the modifieds. Yeah. And speaking of things, we hadn't brought it up yet, but our boy Christian Rose in the ARCA series finished fourth in the big super speedway ARCA race at Daytona, which means he's fourth in ARCA points starting out the year. Man, we just want to see that guy succeed so bad because he actually contacted us to be on our podcast. He's been on there 4 times, and he's very gracious and good young man, and one hell of a wheelman for a guy who didn't start out wheeling race cars.
No, started slinging baseballs. Where he got his start.
I mean, honestly, if you haven't listened to that Racing Has a Rose, I think it's episode 17 in season 1 when we got a hold of Christian and had him on as a guest for the first time, and to understand where he is now and where he came from at the very beginning it just doesn't happen. And it's an incredible story for him to finish third in the national series for ARCA last year. And now he's coming out of the gate strong, finished fourth at Daytona. Man, I don't know what else to say. It's just an incredible story.
Well, and you know what else? He had the best finish of any of the team that he runs for in any division.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all the other guys and gals had issues, and he hung in there, stayed out of trouble, and got him a top 5. So, we'll be pulling for him. And Sheer Speed will be at Pensacola. I will be pit crewing for them during the ARCA race in Pensacola. And he said he didn't make Daytona, but he was going to try to run Talladega. So, I don't know, I may try to talk my way into getting me a hard card to go to Talladega and for the ARCA race.
Ooh.
That would be awesome. So I'm going to, hey buddy, old pal, do you need some help at Talladega? It's not that far of a drive. I'd be willing to drive up and give you a hand.
Yeah, take your helmet and your driver's suit and your shoes and gloves and
that would be so
your Hans
awesome.
device, and man, you can get in there if he happens to,
Well, he and him are close enough to the same size. I could just fit right in the seat, strap in, and let her eat. Yeah. He won't let me, though. It's his race car. I get it. It's his toy. Let me play with it.
I don't think Jeff Bodine would let you do it either.
Yeah,
probably not.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. He was in New Smyrna. Yeah. He actually lives down there, and he built the number 63 Sportsman car that ran in that race. He put the body and all on that car. I don't know the driver's name, but he actually helps a guy down there. I heard him on one of the podcasts I listened to, and he was talking about how that he helps a Sportsman driver at New Smyrna, and he was going to be there for a couple of races of Speed Weeks.
Yeah. I met Brett Bodine, not Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the cue ball headed fool? That's what Junior called
not Todd, not Jeff, but Brett Bodine. He is in charge of licensees of getting. So I mean, you have to finagle from Brett to say, hey, man, just let me go out a little bit. All I need is a lap or two, and I'll be good.
Dude, I got 30 years experience on short tracks. You can't let me make some laps. As many of these slow A-holes that run ARCA and getting away every time, at least you let me out there and at least try.
Help a brother out.
Yeah, what's worse could happen?
Oh, no. Let's not even go
Ixnay
there.
on the...
Yeah. Let's not go there.
What's worse that can happen? Win?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
How cool. What a Cinderella story would that be? My
Oh, Lord.
53-year-old butt winning ARCA race at Talladega. Everybody be like, damn.
I've done a half an hour in the sim. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I ran my buddy's, he's got a iRacing simulator. Come on, man. Damn.
I can do this.
I
Yeah.
can do that better than anybody.
So,
But I mean, we talk about iRacing, that's where Willie Byron, that's where he got good, was iRacing, and then he got in a late model and did pretty good, and then he moved himself up to where he's at, and now he's a Daytona 500 champion.
yeah. So,
We'll reserve judgment on that.
Well,
Let's just say there's some things.
I was proud of Corey LaJoy. He got a top 5 out of it. Corey ran up front all night long. He's his dad's the reason why I'm number 07, Randy LaJoy. So, I kind of got a connection to the LaJoy family, and I like him. I like Randy. So, congratulations to him and his team. They're looking good this year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's good. I'm
Everybody
okay.
has their
with
opinions.
that. Opinions are like buttholes.
About what
Everybody has one that
happened.
stinks.
So, yeah. Okay.
Well, we got lots of short track to talk about this year. We got
yeah.
a bunch coming, man. It's going to be just one right after the other.
yeah. And Ted just touched on the 7th annual USCS Battle of the Beach 2.0. Featuring 2 big nights of 700-plus horsepower Outlaw Thunder sprint cars. And, man, it's Southern Raceway, 3/8 mile dirt track right here, about 25 minutes down the road from us in Milton. Yeah, it's going to be a big show, too. I can't wait for that one.
Always is at Southern, man. They always have a great show. They got a guy working the racetrack now. They've had no trouble with holes lately, so hopefully it'll be good and smooth for the sprints and good smooth for the modifieds and all the other classes. I'm sure my buddy Mike and his daughter will be there running in the Bombers. So, it'd be good to see them race. I'll probably show up late Saturday night and get to watch some features.
Yeah, the North-South Street Stock Challenge. You might want to leave the tire irons home.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
that could get ugly.
Shovels. Or shovels. No shovels.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we done had that trouble, Buddy White. Anyway,
We need Border Patrol for that race.
no, more like the FBI.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe not.
Some razor
Do we trust
wire.
her?
They just lie. Anyway, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Something about MAGA or something. I don't know.
That was my fault. I did
Yeah,
that
anyway,
one.
sorry about that. But, hey, guys, don't forget we got hats and shirts. Go to our website. Please give us a listen. Give us a good review wherever you listen to. There's even on Spotify now, you can give us not a review, but you can give us a 5-star review. Just click 5 stars, please. Help us move up the ranks. Help us keep going. Give us some feedback.
Yeah,
we would love to hear from you guys. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Anything that we want to bring up. If you've got a driver you think would be interesting to interview, throw it at us, because we want to get some more interviews this year. We want to do a little more on the thing. I'm going to start going on Instagram and going to racetracks, doing things. We're gonna make this grow, and we're gonna go to YouTube sometime soon. I promise you, you'll get to see our ugly faces.
Yeah, we need comment. We encourage comment.
Yes, we
We
want to
need
hear
comment.
from you
We
guys.
can't do this without comment.
No. So please give us
Good, bad, or ugly.
You can be part of the content here, folks. Let's
That's
get it
it.
done.
We want feedback. So
Interaction, engagement. This is for the locals. This is for the internationals. This is for race fans. We short track, long track doesn't matter really. We're just race fans, and
Short track guys
we like that
everywhere.
feedback, so we can feed off of it.
That's it. Like I said, hat and a shirt. Show your pride. I'm gonna try to get some stickers made here. We're already working on that deal, because I'd love to have some stickers for you guys to put on your cars and show your support for us. We appreciate all of you. And I guess that's about it,
I
folks.
think we have a wrap.
Yeah, we have. Get out there and support your local tracks, and thanks to our listeners as well. Like Jim said, thank you to Story Bleich Roofing and McDonald Muffler coming on board here not too long in the future.
Yep.
That's it.
Kick off the season here in March, which is right around the corner.
Yep.
We even got the ball rolling, and it's just going to continue here until we take another 2-week break, I guess, at the end of the year. But until then, it's ball rolling and going left and left and left. So
That's right.
Until next Wednesday.
1,
2,
3.
let's go, Brandon. Good night, everybody.
Be strong, America.
Thanks for listening.